vehicles and anti-air weaponry. Destroy the target. But HQ has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no damage is to be done to public facilities.
Enemy aircraft shot down could land in civilian territory.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
Do you have visual on the anti-air radar vehicles? We should be close.
Yep.
Targeting gun range.
Intercept! Fire the AA! Get the radar vehicle out of there! It's popping off now, Trigger. War has officially begun.
Missile away. Target destroyed. 5 to go.
I'm officially in love, Steven. Is official. This is the best Ace Combat game. Like both realism wise, this is the best one.
I gotta go to bed soon myself, actually. I gotta be up at 8.
Target destroyed. 3 to go. Continue to engage at your discretion. Enemy interceptors inbound.
I'll probably live
Engage in
stream
30
some more
seconds.
tomorrow.
Here they come. Take them down.
Dom.
Okay, recruits. Pay
I have
attention
2
to who's
views
on
on
what
that
side.
fucking live
The newest
stream.
IFF is connected to
The
radio
2.5 hour
via
one.
satellite.
Fuck.
It's reliable, so trust your
Not
radars.
Shut up.
Yeah, what's up?
Just watch my live stream for a second.
Fox 2. 2 targets remaining.
Get the fuck shut, Max. See how fucking pretty this is.
You're not on.
Yeah,
No, you're not.
refresh it.
Target was not struck.
Turn it off. Oh, yeah, you do. You got 2 accounts or what?
No.
Oh, there's another that says Tyler Kelly live too.
Weird.
I think you're live, but the video's not coming up.
On his tail.
You see it?
Trigger, there's one more to go.
No. They can't, it's not up there yet.
Missile launched.
And you're live, but it's not popping up.
Max! Bed! No.
Keep blind, those bastards.
No. I don't want to hear it, man.
It's not popping up.
You guys want to hear something really ironic?
What?
Does anybody know who Chris Hansen is?
The name sounds familiar.
All aircraft.
Well, he goes around and catches child predators and all that shit, right? Well, he was arrested 2 weeks ago in his home in Florida for tax evasion, which I find ironic because that's all he's done all his career, put people in jail. Now he's going to be in jail.
No sign of retreating. Take it out. Mission.
I just find that mildly ironic.
Crush as many as you can.
Enemy transports are taxiing. On target.
All you did is fly planes or what?
Yeah.
The enemy has a lock on you,
Look how
H2.
pretty it is.
Caution,
It's
missile.
fucking realistic.
Radar vehicle. Launch manually. Redo the setup. Here's some feedback for those before merchants. Write your manuals in a language we can understand.
H2 miles away.
Enemies travel a long way, so they're trying to end this quickly. Made it sighted. Keep your mind focused.
Yeah.
Enemy transport
Alright,
destroyed.
I'm still getting off for the night, boys.
Alright. Alright.
Alright, Dom. Take care, buddy. We'll see you tomorrow.
Alright. Yeah, fuck. I don't know if I'll be off early or not, but... chances are I will.
I won't be on till probably 2 or 3, so...
Well, what are you
Your
doing
time?
now?
Me, we gotta be downtown tomorrow morning.
Alright, talk to you guys later.
Yeah.
Alright.
Solo 1, enemy will crash in a residential area.
Just worry about staying alive for now. 5 targets remaining.
Oh my god.
Taking cover in the clouds. Enemy has entered clouds. In pursuit.
All transports have been destroyed. 4 targets remaining.
Nice.
Target has been destroyed.
God damn it, my brother was in that radar unit.
So, Average was telling me earlier
This base is worth destroying.
Yeah.
that when the sliders are over, I think it's Saturday, that they're taking the best of these sliders and the best of the sliders that we were using and they're putting them into one.
I'm spring. Evading. Launch preparations complete. Area ready. Net clear 15 meters. UAVs ready to launch. Away.
Well, who the fuck knows how the fuck that's gonna go?
Average's guy said he's really excited for everyone to get a chance to play them. He's had a chance to try it.
Status report. Multiple bogeys on radar. They're close.
Wait, they're being launched.
You're clear to engage. They're probably hostile.
Judging by the way they look, you gotta be drones.
Spotted, Cloud. No doubt about it. We're dealing with UAVs. But that doesn't change a thing. Just think of them as somewhat clever decoys. Take them all down. These drones have great agility. All aircraft. You know what high G turns are, right? Use them. HQ, this is Golem 1. Bandits confirmed as UAVs. Repeat, bandits are drones.
Golem 1, that doesn't matter. Destroy all enemy weapons and get out.
Doesn't matter. He's saying it's going to change in an instant, you know. Just wish they'd give us a bit more warning.
Of darkness.
Golem Squadron, surround them. Enemy UAV confirmed destroyed. Hell yeah. Golem Squadron, you're not gonna let the get all the glory, are ya?
3 enemies to go.
Target is in range of guns.
Oh my god, it's Sunday Night Heat.
I'm buying dinner for anyone who takes down an enemy.
There's a bar I want to try.
You're doing good. Just 2 more. Locked. Don't try to read their movements. One to go. Let's get through this without any casualties.
Nice kill, Trigger. Enemy aircraft confirmed down.
Skies are clear. Nice work, everyone. Mission complete. RTB. No casualties. We couldn't have done any better. Returning to base.
I don't know. Maybe the bandits we took down caused civilian casualties.
No point arguing about certain areas these days. You shoot, someone gets killed. The guys in charge take care of the rest.
Steven.
What?
This is the most realistic Ace Combat I've played.
There you go.
It feels great. You fly through a cloud, there's water on your windscreen. You fucking shoot a missile while in a dense cloud, your missile goes fucking haywire because it can't track the heat source properly.
You've given us air superiority by destroying their radar. The first barrier keeping us from retaking. Now is...
Man, fans have been calling Vince McMahon an asshole since 1998.
For what?
Fans just like calling Vince an asshole.
And I apologize. I attempted to apologize a week ago to Shawn Michaels, but he was unable physically to be there. I tried to apologize to Shawn Michaels' manager of record, Jose Lothario, and he didn't want to listen. But I assure you, the individual I'm about to introduce to you will indeed accept my apology. It is my pleasure to introduce to you the most electrifying man in sports entertainment today. He is the next WWF champion. He is The Rock. You smell what The Rock is.
That is a really short entranceway. Holy Christ.
Well, you remember the Madison Square Garden one.
Yeah. I don't know where exactly this is, but that's a fucking short entranceway.
There's so many teams that have been on the break for a while already that it kind of feels like hockey's have been over, and there were some teams that just weren't told, so they keep having games because the rest of the league kind of went to PG without them. Anyways,
Surprise attacks carried out after the declaration of war saw the peacekeeping forces of various countries, including most part, suffer major damage.
the 80s kind of happened.
The ships moored around the space elevator and near Gandar Bay have been hit particularly hard. Numerous ships have been sunk and abandoned. Fortunately, our cutting-edge aircraft carrier, Kestrel 2, was at sea, so it was spared from the attack. Kestrel 2 is now preparing to launch another attack against Peruvia's capitals, Barbante. The aircraft carrier Vulture also managed to escape Gandar.
So there's rumor that R-Truth won't be the 30th entrant.
However, it lost all its aircraft,
Well, yeah.
so it's sailing empty.
He's gonna get jumped in the back or some shit's gonna happen.
Probably.
So there's actually only gonna be 29 guys entering.
Well, I mean,
Grays Island Air Base Squadron will rendezvous with the carrier Vulture for a joint mission. The first objective will be to seize air superiority in Schoppenberg in order to secure a route for the support squadrons. The enemy maintains air superiority over Schoppenberg.
no, they'll replace somebody in the Rumble with him.
From enemy aircraft. There's more, so listen carefully. Right from the start of the war, the enemy has been deploying drones. They're using a new advanced type of drone. The unmanned airborne aircraft Arsenal carries this new drone, MQ-101. The Ocean Army headed up the development of the massive Arsenal drones and dispatched them to the space elevator to provide support. However, it's been reported that the carriers may have fallen into the hands of the American forces. If that's true, it could be a significant obstacle for us. We need to regain control of the space elevator ASAP. Good luck out there.
Well, since you're not gonna bug me to play NHL tonight, thank God, I'm gonna play some WWE. So who's the party owner now? I guess I am? Yep.
Oh yeah. I just won this. I just beat this game.
Hey, that long? That's all it took?
No, I just bought the F-14. It's over for everybody now.
That's an old plane, the F-14.
I fucking love it. Pardon me for coming in my pants because the F-14 is the plane from Top Gun, and Top Gun's my favorite movie, and the F-14's been my favorite plane for about, I don't know, 24 years.
Oh, I got Leo Rush now. I could put fucking Leo Rush from Bobby Lashley in a stable. Cool. What?
I'm just playing with the dog. He's a good boy.
Ah.
He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Are you a good boy? Are you a good boy? Your ears.
It's like he's groaning. I find that kind of funny when he groans.
Oh, I'm on an aircraft carrier. Oh, that is so pretty.
I bet he's all over you, eh? Because he didn't see you all day.
Oh, I know.
He's not leaving you alone, is he?
No.
Oh my god, where have you been? Where have you been? Where were you? You've been gone for like 3 days.
You guys will arrive right in the middle of the action. Mage Squadron, eliminate all bandits.
Someone's happy to see you.
We have the upper hand, but that
Jesus Christ, what does he do when he doesn't see Michaela for a week?
Jumps on her.
Goes absolutely nuts?
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, this is gonna be...
Column 1, thank your lucky stars. Looking good, Mage Squadron. Keep up that pressure. Trade the time to show the other guys that we can wet wild and do dirty, dirty things. Once you hit one of them, stick
Shane McMahon and The Miz versus Bobby Lashley and Leo Rush.
And so, your first hunting season
Why not?
begins.
Mage 2, bandit down. Excellent work.
Wow, they just made a Mean Street Posse reference.
If you can't evade a missile, use chaff and flares. Your fingers should still move, even if you're in a 9G turn.
Friendly paused. 4 remaining. They got me. 3 remaining. Eject! Missiles bleeding. Stop it. Repair recover. We need reinforcements now.
Nice kill.
1 remaining. Fox 3. Target acquired. Why did they pull it out? Our radar shows no sign of bandits. You're in the clear.
I haven't even broken a sweat.
A rabid dog would know better.
Missile incoming! Evade! Break! Break!
Wait, what the hell?
Caution! Missile!
Caution! A large aircraft is approaching. All aircraft, stay alert. We're just waiting for mission command.
We'll live through this, Trigger. These guys are definitely a step above the last drones.
Damn, they're agile. There's too many of them.
These guys look down easy.
All aircraft, no change in game plan. Destroy the arsenal bird.
Leo, out of the way, buddy. Come on, you're my way.
Golem Squadron, take out Big Baby Huey.
Let up. Find your own target. Look at that light from the arsenal bird. We're trying on to you.
Golem 1, watch your tail. Lock acquired. I'm spiked.
Right overhead. Skeleton 1, commander. We got me.
Damn. Skeleton 1 lost. Skeleton 2, take over command.
Gargoyle Squadron, this is Gargoyle 1. Skeleton Squadron needs help. The hell are we supposed to do?
Status?
Verifying the situation.
Golem 2, missile, evade!
Evading!
Golem 3, Golem 2's hit! Status report. Shit, Golem 2, do you copy?
This is Golem 2. Instruments still appear to be functioning okay.
Skeleton 3, break! Break! We lost another friendly!
Skeleton 3's lost.
They just keep coming. What's the plan?
Where's that report? Continue to maintain air superiority.
HQ, what's happening?
Skykeeper, I repeat, maintain air superiority.
How'd that happen?
What the hell? Caution. All aircraft, stay alert.
Get out of there!
Breaking!
Controls are out. I'm breaking up!
Skeleton 2 lost.
We got incoming!
Skeleton Squadron is down. We've had too many losses. All squadrons, command has ordered a complete withdrawal. Leave the operation area immediately.
Brilliant observation. Your earlier squad would have survived a hearing.
Save your chatter for the debriefing. Golem and Mage Squadron, give our allies some time to escape.
Wilco, but Golem 2's hit. Gotta send her back. Let's get dirty, Trigger.
Shoot down those UAVs. Don't let them touch any friendlies.
Golem 2, head back to base.
Gargoyle 1, escort Golem 2.
Continuing the mission. Still got my wings. Trigger doesn't need to fill in for me. I'm back in
It won't make any difference up here. Get back to base and cool your head.
Copy that. Returning home.
Bandit on your 6, pick him off! Golem 3, missile! That's it, baby. Come to Poppy. Missile evaded!
Mage 2,
Come on.
UAV down. Retreating aircraft, leave the AO. Allies will hold off pursuit. Golem Squadron, Mage Squadron, hang in there and come back safe.
This is getting a little tight. Yowza! Bandit has a lock on me.
Locked.
That a boy, Mage 2. Just keep firing.
Huh?
More UAVs spotted. Gargoyle Squadron, they might come
Yeah,
down.
1 second.
My status is fine. Affirmative.
Gargoyle 1, leading Operation Airspace with Golem 2.
Retreating aircrafts, prepare for combat. It's a bogey. Gargoyle 1, Golem 2, engage now. Attack.
One bandit, Missile 3.
Gargoyle 1. Caution! Missile!
Sir, it's like he's...
Skykeeper. Gargoyle 1 lost.
What the hell? Golem 2, status report. Just talk to me.
I'm against an SU-30. Wingtips. I can't shake it off. It's matching me move for move.
Golem 2, stop dogfighting and run.
Mage 2, UAV down. Keep it up, buddy.
Portrait aircraft.
I'm dead meat. I don't get it. Why isn't it opening fire? I'm scared.
Not good. Brody, break off.
Hey, Steve.
What?
Get those UAVs off of France.
Did you tell your granny about Adrian yet?
Nope.
Squadron, you're going toe-to-toe with the UAVs. Good work.
I just don't even want to bring up the topic because then she'll go on a total rant, and I don't want to listen to it.
Golem 2, what's your status? Status report.
You can't blame me for that.
Golem 2, get a hold of yourself. Golem 2, get away from the enemy.
H2, support! Somebody!
But you knew it wasn't going to last, right?
Golem 2, lost.
Shit. Skykeeper, where's the one that got Brownie?
Afraid he's long gone by now. Sorry.
Ammunition 0.
All UAVs have been splashed.
I said what I had to say. About what? Not a girl who'd retreat. Just not in her DNA. That was the right decision at the time. No, I should have never let a fledgling like her out of my reach to begin with.
Golem Squadron, main squadron, withdraw.
Oh, I don't know about that. Most of WWE's programming right now is Miss Event,
We have you on radar. You are
begging you not to watch it.
The deck is clear. H2, you are cleared for landing. 3,000 to carrier.
Not, I guess I can go tell her.
Stay on course.
Huh?
I'll go mention it to her. I'll go mention it to her. Just
You're
for the
kind
hell
of
of it.
curious to see what she says, aren't you?
No, I know what she's gonna say.
1,500 to carrier.
I know exactly what she's gonna say. Be right back.
H2, lower your nose. You're too high. Perfect, H2. I knew you'd be back. Now return to base.
Mage Squadron, this is the situation. Golem and the other bases squadrons already joined forces and are engaged. You guys will arrive right in the middle of the action. Mage Squadron, eliminate all bandits in the current airspace. We have the upper hand.
Unfortunately, the two-front offensive was a failure. The aircraft carrier Kestrel II. Carrier-borne aircraft mistakenly bombed urban areas, and this has turned public opinion in neutral countries against us. Our own forces also suffered heavy losses. If it weren't for a few extraordinary fighters, many of us wouldn't have made it home. The situation is
Did she
grim.
have a laugh?
We have precious
Yeah,
little
but she
time,
also said that there's more to that than your mom's letting
to
on.
the space elevator.
Oh, probably.
Because Adrian had other women on this side other than just your mom.
Yeah, but he left. He's fucking a guy.
It can't be worse than looking at your mom.
Could be looking at
You
you.
can't argue with that. I never even used to speak to Adrian when he used to come here, dude. To be honest with you, I wanted nothing to do with that guy. I think he's a fucking loser. But you already knew that.
Yeah.
Mihai's looking worse. Thank God he has his granddaughters here to help him out. They're sisters, 15 and 10. Engaging the enemy in combat so we could use his physiological data to improve the drones had always taken a toll on Mihai's body. But today, he was really showing his age. The drones we based on his data were being taken down at a faster rate now, compared to when the war began. When Mihai found that out, he insisted on flying to the front lines to see it for himself. Sometimes he could be so stubborn. His age wasn't the only thing affecting his health. Over the years, flying at high altitudes for prolonged stretches of time had ravaged and poisoned his body. But he was a man of grit. Today, after 28 years, he saw combat again. If his flight suit still wasn't good enough to protect him, I can't imagine how many G's he hit today during the battle. As a pilot, he exceeds all our expectations. It's going to take a bit more tweaking before our drones can match his skill.
How penal is this penal unit, you ask? This place is a shithole. If you took the stink of all the corruption in the world, then corralled it all in one place, that would give you a pretty good idea of what the air smells like around here. We got all kinds of critters, too. Everything from flea-ridden guards, rabid dogs, and a mechanic doing a stretch for life. I can't forget the rats. Yeah, we got those. And some pilots who got their wings clipped, too. One's a great pilot, but a lousy thief. One's a gambler with no luck. And one's an anarchist with no balls. Their job here was to rev the engines on the fake runways. The idea was for Erusia's spy satellite to pick up the heat sig. Even though there weren't any real fighters here, it looked like it on the Emperor. I bet you're wondering, if Erusia lost the war, how come they still have a spy?
Tony Nese has like a 12-pack. It's ridiculous. There's 6-packs, there's 8-packs, but he's legitimately got a 12-pack.
That's how.
I got the only thing better
If that's
than
even
one of
possible.
Every now and again, I'd
Huh?
try to bust
I got
out.
the only thing one of those.
Every single
Only thing
time,
better
those
than one
damn
of those.
dogs would drag me right back.
What?
Okay.
When I was in my cell, I'd hear this voice coming
No,
from
I meant
the walls.
abs, not
It was
beer.
the Erusian princess rallying her people on the Erusian national broadcast. All us prisoners had become big fans of
He
hers.
legitimately has a 12-pack.
You want to hear something funny? The guards were big fans too. I swear to God, every time she was on the air, they'd turn up the volume on the radio and sit there listening. I could see how someone like her could win the hearts and minds of soldiers and workers alike. When the princess said something, you could tell she meant every word. Lately, she'd been having more fun with her speeches, and that made her seem even more charming. You could say her charm was like a virus. Whenever she'd point out stuff that was wrong with Osea, the prisoners in here went nuts. Hell, if anyone knew how messed up Osea was, it was the prisoners. They'd shout, "Burn Osea down." No way am I just gonna sit here and rot away in this hellhole. Dark blue.
Mexico City,
Instead of building
Mexico.
fake-ass planes to Erusia, I'm gonna build one that'll really take off. You can count on that.
As proved by the failure of our previous strategy, the Arsenal birds have bolstered the enemy's anti-air network. This will be difficult to overcome. However, we still need to get swiftly to the space elevator no matter what it takes. Someone there is counting on us. The hero of the Circum-Pacific War and the man who spearheaded the construction of the space elevator. Osia's former president, Mr. Carling. Mr. Carling was inspecting the elevator when the war broke out. He's been classified as missing since the elevator was taken over by the Erusian forces. However, according to the latest intel, a military officer accompanying Mr. Carling hid him inside the facility. Both are waiting for a chance to escape. Enemy anti-air radar network has been set up around the space elevator. It's likely a large squadron will be detected.
Yeah, X was watching Netflix with his mom last time I heard.
A single aircraft through the network and send in a rescue team soon after. A number of anti-air radars have been set up around the space elevator. However, a reconnaissance suggests their network is weakest along the southeastern coast of Selatukura.
Ow.
So we can elude the enemy's observation. There are a lot of rain clouds this time of year. Flying through the clouds will enable us to stay hidden from their radar. If you happen to be detected by their radar, we will be forced to abort the mission. The pilot will head up this strategy as you, Trigger. After you bust through, secure the rescue craft's landing zone by taking out the anti-air weapons. Gollum and others will arrive shortly for support. Provide escort for Mr. Harling's craft after rendezvous. Good luck out there, everyone.
Aircraft preparations complete. Sortie ASAP.
Oh man, I got gas. Holy fuck.
Entering operation area. Imposing radio silence. We'll radio you, but you are not permitted to make contact.
If you're spotted, the mission is over. Stay out of enemy radar. Use of weaponry is also strictly forbidden. Okay, you're heading up the Harling rescue mission. The success of this mission depends on you. Good luck.
I think that WWE need to give the cruiserweights their own show, like their own pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I think that would be great, don't you?
Ice formation in the clouds.
I think they could put on a great show. Or maybe give them their own tag team titles. There's enough of the cruiserweights to do it.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Cruiserweight tag champs? I'm down.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably their second most talented division right now.
Next to what? SmackDown?
No, next to the Divas, or the women.
I mean, you might not like Daniel Bryan as a character, but you gotta give the fucker credit, man. He's damn good at what he does.
I don't give him any credit, because like I said, I can't stand a little runt.
Yeah, but you...
You're a third of the way to the rendezvous point. Good job. Stay
You gotta give him... You might not be able to stand him, but you gotta give him credit. He's actually good. He's
I don't have to
on
give him anything.
AJ Styles level.
I don't have to give him anything.
Why?
I don't. I'm allowed to my own personal opinion. I don't like the guy, and I don't think what he's doing is good. Actually, I find it kind of annoying. Which is why I don't watch SmackDown.
How about in the ring, as a technical wrestler?
In the ring as a wrestler, yes, I'll give him. He's a good wrestler, but that's all I'm giving him.
That's what I
Outside of
meant.
that, he's completely useless.
No, that's what I meant. Like, he is a fantastic.
He deserves to be on a farm, wrapped around in a fence, eating fucking food out of a trough. In my opinion.
What did he do to you?
Trigger, you got 2 directions.
I just don't like Daniel Bryan. I never have.
Don't worry, we're watching over you.
Ever since the first day he came into NXT, the worst time I didn't like him.
Alright, do I go left or do I go right? Quick, I need to make a choice.
Right.
You're making good progress, Trigger. You're currently halfway to your rendezvous point.
I think the only time I was ever rooting for Daniel Bryan was when he was tagging with Kane, because that was actually funny.
That was great.
That's the only thing I ever liked that Daniel Bryan ever did. Outside of that, I just can't stand the guy.
Have you watched his match with Brock Lesnar?
No.
It was phenomenal.
Harling is still the president in my eyes.
Oh, I heard it was pretty good, but I was hoping Brock Lesnar would break his neck again so we didn't have to listen to him anymore.
Despite his success, he remained a humble hero.
When I don't like somebody, I really don't like somebody. Especially when it comes to wrestlers. Ow.
Rendezvous point dead ahead. Hang in there.
I could see a lot of other guys that would be better in the position that Daniel Bryan is in right now. I personally think his run is over. Like, he had his run. It's time to move on. He had his whole yes movement thing. Which didn't make me like Daniel Bryan anymore, by the way. Well, Tony Nese is hanging around there. Literally.
The real fight's about to get started. Radio silence is now lifted. The auxiliary craft will be arriving shortly. Destroy the anti-air around the space elevator. We're securing Sea Goblin's landing zone. The enemy has a lock on you, H2.
Uh-oh.
H2, target destroyed.
Wait.
Wow. This is why I brought the F-16 to this dance. Motherfucker, you think you're gonna hit me with that missile? Bitch, please.
H2, missile launch. Target is down.
Trigger, sorry about the wait. Cavalry's here. Golem Squadron. Trigger jumped through the fire. Now it's our turn. Understood.
Gargoyle Squadron, stay focused. You all know your job.
All aircraft, eliminate the enemy before they can respond. H2, target down. Half of the SAM sites are down. Sea Goblin will arrive shortly. Eliminate hostile anti-air before them. Half of the anti-air guns down.
This is Sea Goblin. We arrived. Do we have a clear LC?
Mission still in progress. Stand by. H2, rescue team can't land until anti-air weapons are down. Destroy them. Target down. Nicely done.
Lucha. Lucha.
All anti-air guns destroyed. All SAM sites down. The landing zone is secure. Sea Goblin, you are cleared to land.
Roger. Rendezvous point site. We're almost there.
Multiple bandits over Selatapura Harbor. They're container-launched UAVs.
See them. Going up to me on 2 seconds.
Rescue craft tag on. Initiate.
Rescue craft on the ground is defenseless. Golem and Mage, destroy all hostiles.
It's been a long journey, but you're on the home stretch.
Gargoyle will stand by near the space elevator.
Sea Goblin, heading over to the ex-president's location now. Run for the container!
We'll pass out some exhaustion before the enemy wears out.
Locked. Missile launched. Missile did not connect.
Damn, I'm spiked.
So did the Canucks win tonight, or did they lose? Never did mention it.
5-2.
They lost?
Yeah.
That means they're not in the playoff spot going into the All-Star break.
No, but they're also still above 500.
They're 23, 22, and 6. They have Hurricanes actually have a better record than them, which is kind of sad.
Well, nobody expected the Canucks to be good.
Fair. The Hurricanes are 24, 20, and 6.
Behind the gantry crane. Mr. Hurley, right there.
Yeah, I watched part of it and it fucking bored the shit out of me. It was a pretty boring game, to be honest.
Until the second.
Fair.
Sea Goblin, all survivors, respond. Is Mr. Harling alive?
Yeah, they must have destroyed the target.
UAV down. Eliminate all enemy UAVs. Don't let up.
Enemy UAVs.
Yeah, I'm fighting against machines.
UAVs moving away from the harbor toward the space elevator. Shoot them down. Damn.
Oh, the Canucks are interested in Ferland.
This is Colonel Johnson. Do you copy? I am with President Hurley.
Bet you weren't aware of that.
Rescue unit down. Along with the soldier who had this
Okay, I
radio.
don't really care either.
Why not?
There's another guy who's gonna take penalties and he isn't gonna score goals, so fuck off. I would do something useful, like improve your fucking decoy.
The countdown to Trade Center: Flames, Canucks, Pens, all eyeing Ferland.
Well, I mean, the Flames would be. Came to.
Carolina Hurricanes forward Michael Ferland is number 3 on TSN's trade bait board, and it appears general manager Don Waddell will have no shortage of suitors for the 26-year-old if he doesn't decide to move him ahead of the trade deadline. Ferland is a pending unrestricted free agent, has 13 goals and 25 assists in 41 games. It's not bad, actually, this season.
What were his stats?
13 goals and 25 assists in 41 games. This season, and TSN Hockey insider Darren Dreger suggested Tuesday that Ferland could wind up back in the Western Conference, Western Canada, after being traded last summer. And I quote, Dreger said, "I can tell you the market for Michael Ferland is high. It is strong," Darren told TSN Radio 1040 Vancouver. "I tell you this, I think Jim Benning and the Vancouver Canucks would love to get their hands on Michael Ferland, either through trade or as a free agent, because of what he brings. He can be a top 6 player, and he's tough as nails. I would put Vancouver on the list. I'd put Calgary. I believe Calgary. I put Vancouver on that list. I'd put Calgary, believe it or not, with interest to get Ferland back on that list. Winnipeg, Pittsburgh, from a trade perspective, there's a strong market for the guy. If he gets to unrestricted free agency, there's be 15 more teams that would try to sign him. So apparently he's very popular." Ferland was traded by the Calgary Flames to the Carolina Hurricanes with Dougie Hamilton, Adam Fox in June for Noah Hannafin and Elias Lindholm. You already knew that. TSN Hockey insider Pierre LeBrun mentioned the Penguins are interested Tuesday in speculation that Derek Brassard could be moved to Carolina in a trade and then flipped again. So apparently Derek Brassard could be on his way to the Carolina Hurricanes and then flipped again. Yes, throw in the Pittsburgh Penguins, and why not? We know that Jim Rutherford, the general manager of the Pittsburgh Penguins, is always very attracted at this time of year, and our understanding is that the Pittsburgh Penguins inquired about Michael Ferland LeBron said on Insider Trading. Boy, you might look very good playing on Sidney Crosby's wing. And of course, they're not the only team. I think Calgary Flames would inquire if they hadn't already as to what it would take to perhaps start the conversation of re-accepting Michael Ferland's name the contender. They also have Ferland and a guy like Wayne Simeon on their radar. So Pittsburgh, Calgary, Vancouver are all interested in Ferland and Simmons.
Yeah, well, Pittsburgh's not going to get Simmons.
Well, they're talking.
Not for the trade.
And this is just what I'm just reading what it's on here, dude. This is from Pierre LeBrun and Darren Dreger. So take from it what you will. Now here's something interesting about the Pittsburgh Penguins. They always right near the cap. If they're going to further the talks with Carolina, someone else would have to move. What if Derek Brassard, a player where they're talking about being on the trade market, it would help the math where Carolina would want a first-round pick in there. Brassard is an UFA, and would Carolina then turn around and flip him closer to the trading deadline? There's lots of moving parts, a lot of conjunction here, but some interesting conversation being had right now. Ferland carries a $1.75 million cap hit this season. Significant raise on his next contract, which could be in the ballpark of Tom Wilson's $1.7 million cap. I go to show you that fucking Ferland is a wanted man, to say the least. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Ferland is not the only player in Carolina drawing trading interests. As TSN Hockey Insider Jaron Dreger said on Tuesday, the Hurricanes could be a team to watch ahead of the trading deadline, especially when it comes to their defensemen. The potential of the Carolina Hurricanes being a big player at the trading deadline is there. There's no question about maybe beforehand, Darren Dreger told TSN 1040 Vancouver. You look at some of the deadline, some of the defensemen that were speculated on. Brandon Pishik, Justin Falk, Dougie Hamilton, and of course, Jacob Sylvan seems to be the only defenseman that Don Waddell doesn't really want to consider in terms of trade. Waddell has opened about his pursuit of scoring help in Carolina, and TSN Hockey Insider Pierre LeBrun wrote Tuesday in The Athletic that they could move Hamilton or Peshek for a top 6 forward with offensive skill. I don't know if you want to hear this bit about Matt Duchene.
Mr. Harling, please respond.
We can't protect our objective if it sticks around here.
Matt Duchene wants 8 to 9. He wants just over $8 million annual average salary to north of $9 million. I don't think I'd give Duchene that kind of money, but that's just my opinion. I don't know about you.
Let's go, Trigger. Take him down now, Mage Squadron. 1 minute remaining. Mage 2, locked. Mother Goose 1, turn 180 degrees and exit combat airspace. Mother Goose 1, Mr. Harling, piloting that plane?
But can you imagine Jay Beagle, Adam Roussel, and Michael Ferland on the same line?
UAVs are continuing their attack.
They're obsessed with that transport.
No one would fuck with the Canucks anymore, I can tell you that.
What?
Michael Ferland, Jay Beagle, and fucking Adam Roussel all on one line. No one would mess with anybody on the Canucks, I can tell you that.
Oh my god, Mother Goose 1 has been shot down. Where'd the missile come from?
It would be game over for any team who tried to fuck with the Canucks.
Find the situation. Stop speculating.
Friendly fire. I saw it.
Mother Goose 1 exploded in air. No one could have survived.
Looks like it tried to protect the element. The Russian bastards, they just killed a hero.
Mage 1. Is it Trigger? Trigger was the closest. UAVs were crawling all over our objective. I told you to keep a goddamn eye in the hatchway. It must have been a mistake.
Arsenal bird is entering. All aircraft withdraw immediately.
Can you imagine Michael Furlan on the line with Sidney Crosby?
Not really.
Why not?
Because I don't think it'll happen. They got enough fucking cap problems.
Harling has failed.
Well, if they move Derek Brassard, like, looks like it's gonna happen. Well, in that trade with Michael Furlan, if it goes down, then they'd have cap space.
There will most probably be a court.
Then Carolina looks like they'd flip Broussard. Which makes sense.
Why would Carolina want to flip Broussard? Broussard's a good fucking player.
But they'd flip him at the deadline because he's got 1 year left on his deal and he's going to be an unrestricted free agent.
I guess so.
And they're not going to make the playoffs, obviously. That's the thinking. And Broussard is not that good anymore.
Bad news for us here at the prison. The enemy fell for our decoy base. With all the fake planes and trucks we had out, it must have looked to them like the Ocean Air Force was about to go on the attack. Day after day after day after day, they bombed us. Osea didn't give a damn. We weren't soldiers to them, so go ahead. Bomb us. In their eyes, we were expendable. Worth less than the fake planes in the bunkers. No biggie. While I made fake planes, they had me put together some working ones. Then, some genius at HQ decided we should send it up, so the base looked legit. Thankfully, we had people to crew them. It didn't matter what we were locked up here for anymore. Top brass needed pilots, and criminals were all they had. A crook, a gambler, an anarchist. Just your typical lowlifes. They threw each one of them in a cockpit and sent them up to intercept the enemy's planes. But in the end, it was all just for show. So, up they went, day after day after day. Today they tossed someone new into the mix. Wonder what he did to get sent here.
Fuck me, Average, and Dom fucking played drop-in. We fucking won 6 in a
When
row.
your allies are surrounded, one of the most dangerous missions is giving them cover to retreat. Whoever signed up for that...
Actually, I didn't
was a
check
real
where my
hero.
defenseman was ranked. I should check that.
But even more dangerous than that was being the one
I'll do
who
it.
had to cover the rear guard's retreat.
Oh, I'm gonna let you go, dude.
That was my
Alright.
dad's job. And one
Because you
time,
seem to be into your game, so you're not really... There's no point of being at a party if we're not going to be
too
talking.
late for him.
Yeah.
Said
Kind
anyone
of defeats
else
the
would have
purpose of
done
the party, doesn't it?
Kinda.
I found that out from a war buddy. of
Alright, I'll talk
mine
to you tomorrow.
when he came to
Alright,
tell me
bye-bye.
how my dad died.
Okay, bye.
The next time a retreat happened, my dad volunteered to be guard. Dumbass. He died all right. No one came to help. The news nearly broke me. Of all the ways to get killed, that's gotta be the most pathetic one ever. Am I right? There's a rumor going around about another inmate. A guy they brought here a little while ago. Get this, talk in the cell block says he was sent here because he killed Harling, the president of Osea during the last war, remember? He's the one that sent my dad on that suicide mission. He's the reason I had to go live with my grandpa, and why me and Gramps started building a supersonic jet. He's the reason I ended up here. Maybe I should give that guy a thank you note for killing him. Nah. God, I hate the smell of this place. It's all fake and lies and bullshit. It reeks.
Alright guys, I'll let you in on some juicy info. The new guy was found guilty by the International Union Peacekeeping Forces court-martial. He is the murderer of Harling in the flesh. His TAC name's Trigger. Now, as of today, he may be attached to the Ocean Air Force Base 444th Squadron. But that is just some symbolic bullshit. It doesn't really matter if he's Harling's murderer or not. Every last one of you has been incarcerated for one reason or another. You cons have an obligation to atone for your crimes. A few of you in the penal unit know how to fly, and HQ needs to plug the deficit in our Air Force. So they proposed sending you guys on a reconnaissance mission to the Waiapolo Mountains. But that idea was flat out rejected. Nope, you'll be atoning for your crimes right here at this base. This base is a decoy designed to draw enemy fire. And as members of this base, you'll be taking hits from the enemy. This will allow our forces to safely prepare a counterattack.
Incoming!
Switch off that alarm. It's just the usual. I thought Zapland was supposed to be an isolated area. Okay, I'm gonna need a few aircraft to scramble.
Again?
Wonder how many we'll lose today. Better than solitary.
Enemy aircraft detected over the dummy runway.
We just need to make it look like we can put up a fight. Some of those piles of junk can at least take off. Let's get the guiltiest cons in the sky first. We'll start with Harling's murderer. We don't expect you to down any bombers. But what we do want is to make them think that we've got an active base here.
It's time to get busy, convicts. Proceed with your mission now.
Follow orders, Trigger. Taxi to the runway now. Check your altimeter and wait in front of the runway.
Control, would you kindly send me up first?
Spare 8, Champ, this is the control tower. You're not cleared for takeoff. Obey orders.
Go to hell.
All aircraft preparing for takeoff. Watch out for Spare 8. He's forcing a takeoff.
I'll take up command. Any objections? That'll get decided in the skies. Touche.
Trigger, your call sign is Spare 15. Consider it your prisoner number for the air. Commencing deception and interception.
Spare 15, the runway's free. You have permission to take off. Go now.
Woohoo! My blood's boiling!
Toss the chump in solitary once he gets back. If he makes it back,
when you land, your ass is grabbed.
Champ's gonna survive? Anyone want to bet on it? Spare 15, takeoff confirmed. Altitude restriction lifted. Go.
So, no missiles again. The FCS is locked.
Damn, you're good. Let's make this more interesting.
Prisoners use nothing without supervision. Not even a pencil.
Here comes Harling's murderer.
He shot 2 missiles right between old Harling's eyes.
Always in the know, aren't you?
In this war, intel is a life or death matter. Settle down. Excited to have another murderer with you?
Yeah!
This is Bandog. Spare 15, I'm handling surveillance. The bombers that attacked the runway are coming back for another round. I know it's just a dummy runway. You guys just need to make a lot of noise. Make them think there's fighters at the base.
Anyone got a smoke? I'll owe you one.
If any of you die, just think of it as you atoning for your crimes.
Much appreciated.
One more thing. Any aircraft leaving the operation area will be shot down. You hear me?
Righto.
Phoenix 43, this is School 1. Numbers we can handle. You're safe with us.
our Air Force is concentrated on this base.
Everything on the ground is fake. Can't the enemy see that?
Means they're that convincing.
Shit! The enemy just hit the control tower.
Hey, what's with all the shaking?
It's smoke!
Send in the fire team. Do not let the enemy get closer. Are you trying to kill me?
Shall I order them to shoot down the wall? Commander McKenzie? Damn it! Spare squadron, listen up. Shoot down everything carrying bombs. Weapons free. You're cleared to engage. Show no mercy.
We'll be done by now.
Have to rethink the odds. Want to bet which one of us gets the first kill trigger?
Starts. This is the first.
If the count's going forward,
I decide when you die.
All right, I'm assuming command. All aircraft support me.
Who's gonna dance to your lines?
I'll show you all how it's done.
That's a hit.
Fox 2.
We're losing escorts. Hurry it up. Finish the job and let's get out. We're easy pickings now. Push it. Damn it. We were supposed to be done before the bombers even arrived.
Sorry, but I'm gonna get the top score again. Only because kills are self-reported.
This is Delta Squadron, passing waypoint 2 above cloud level.
I've yet to confirm the destruction of the targets. Continue on with the mission. Spare 15, bandit splashed.
Trigger, keep an eye on your head count. We can compare later. Yeah, I'm betting that report will get dressed up real pretty.
Begin the attack.
Oh yeah! Let's do this. Sperry, watch your mouth. Head to the next target.
Do they really think they can get a bunch of
Radar
garbage
ping.
and just put on a show?
Incoming hostile group detected. Take care of them.
I know.
A bomber's at high altitude. Stop watching your own asses and look up.
Allow me to educate you. In this unit, you get your tail marked with scratches. The more scratches, the more heinous the crime. They're called SID lines. You have 3 scratches, right, Trigger? Well, you are Harley's murderer. Wow, look at Trigger go. Lucky shot. A monkey can do this work. Anyone up for some poker tonight?
Attack missed.
Full man, watch that enemy behind you.
Don't break from your bomber. I'm hit. I'm hit. I decided. Breaking. Breaking. Eject.
At least he's decent at what he's famous for. I wouldn't go that far. Targets that slow aren't a challenge. Don't let it go to your head, murderer.
Multiple bandits inbound. We got bombers and support.
All aircraft follow me. You too, murderer. Gee, now he thinks he's squadron leader. Trigger, don't get shut down now. I got good money riding on your survival. Some guy
guys have got big money riding on you going down, so watch your back.
Spare 7, shut up. You don't need a gap to pull the trigger.
Trigger again! Don't get excited. It's beginner's luck.
Can't maintain altitude. Bailing out.
This is a pretty nice ride. Instrument service pretty good. These things used to be scrap. Just what kind of magic does she have up her sleeves anyway? I don't know what her problem is. Acting like she's royalty or something. That's because she's the scrap queen.
Queen? More like a bad-tempered tomboy.
Shit! I missed! That trigger got most of them. Maybe even all of them. That was dumb luck, Tabloid.
Spare 15, don't take all the fun away from your comrades. 3 targets remaining. The targets are still active. Keep up the attack.
What the hell are you doing? Are you...
Wilco, Commander McKenzie, please maintain silence for the moment. Spare 15, what the hell are you doing? Attack!
Returning fire as expected.
Two targets remaining.
Why in the world would someone make a squadron of convicts? Gotta be some kind of reason. The paper-mache strategy for me seems to be doing the trick. Because every man and his dog has an idea how to end the war.
1 bandit left. Take him down now.
First come, first serve.
All targets confirmed eliminated.
Hell yeah! Still alive, Harling's murderer? Then dinner's on me tonight.
Cut the chatter, Spare Squadron. Mission complete. RTB. Trigger's still with us. Must have the devil in his corner. Spare 7, what happens if the one you've bet on dies while landing?
Then you win. So what, you're not done?
Just checking.
Spare 15, this is the control tower. Make your landing check. We don't want a wreck blocking the runway. Spare 15, you have permission to land. Wind conditions are calm. 3,000 meters. Too fast. Lower your airspeed. 1,500 meters. Heading is good. Stay on course. You're past the guidance limit. Make a visual landing. Right. Stand by for your next sortie.
I lost a lot of money for that trigger. Don't forget.
Spare 15, the runway's free. You have permission to take off.
Did I say you could take down the enemy? Throw anyone who disobeys into solitary.
Mihai's granddaughters liked to keep to themselves mostly. They were well behaved and possessed a sort of quiet elegance. From time to time, I'd catch myself looking at them, wondering what they were talking about. I'm sure everyone on the base did the same. They were such enthralling creatures. Every night, a crowd would gather around Mihai. They were the men tasked with guarding him in the air. Their jackets all bore the same patch, a relic from a nation that was long gone. Decades ago, during the Age of Expansion, the Kingdom of Erusia absorbed many countries. Theirs was one of them. Mihai asked them,
"Yet what is a nation? Can we actually see the physical lines that divide one from another?"
People of my generation can no longer speak the language of our homeland. My grandparents always look sad when they see I have no idea what they're saying to me.
Mihai didn't say a word after that. His scarred face betrayed no emotion. He didn't get those scars from flying, though. Mihai was originally from Shalaji. His real name is Mihai Dumitru Margarita Corneliu Leopold Blanca Carol Aeon Ignatius Raphael Maria Nikitas A. Shalaji. When he was young, he was the heir to the Grand Duchy of Shalaji. Then, revolution broke out among his people. Mihai was betrayed by a close friend who pointed a gun at his face and pulled the trigger. The revolution was successful, but the new country that sprang from it was annexed by the expanding Kingdom of Erusia. The Erusian royal family allowed Mihai's family to retain their title and noble standing in the new kingdom. But Mihai surprised them all by signing up for the draft like an ordinary Erusian citizen. He was then accepted into the Air Force Academy by order of the king. Mihai soon became an ace pilot. When the royal family was ousted and Erusia became a republic, he continued his service for the new regime. Test sites soon flourished. One day, a classmate of Mihai's granddaughter visited. I noticed the rose emblem. She laughed like a princess, and I found out later she was indeed the daughter of Erusia's new ruler. She was the connection to the royal bloodline everyone was looking for, the one to restore the monarchy. This new princess was truly a godsend for the Erusian people. If Mihai's granddaughters were like the moon, she was like the sun, around which everything seemed to orbit. Her face was so expressive. It's no wonder the people of this war-torn country instantly felt at ease when they saw her speeches. They started singing. The pilots of the support plane smiled, even though they wished their nation were independent from hers. Angelic. I wonder how Mihai felt about all of this. It was my job to research his neurological data, after all. I wish I could figure him out. Whatever his feelings were about losing his homeland, he kept hidden, even from me.
Your mission is to atone for your crimes by attracting the enemy's attention. First, I want you to head from the base to the desert region of Rocaroja to the northwest. And then second, you will attack the large Erusian base there. We've been unable to verify that base's ability to deal with fighters. You will attack and provoke the enemy into revealing their AA strategy. Get them to fire at you as much as you can. That way, we can confirm where they're firing from. Then it's a case of sending in a regular force to clean them out. For this mission, we prepared a frontline base that can be used for ammo replenishment and aircraft repairs. However, this is not for you guys. Only the regular force has permission to use it. Even if you run out of ammo, don't forget that you're just decoys. You stay out there as targets for the enemy.
Aircraft preparations complete. Stand by at the front. Some welcome. All aircraft, spread out and attack.
We're clear to attack, right? I heard the regular forces were gonna clean things up.
It's just like before. We blow the shit out of everything.
Sharp as attack, aren't you, Spare 8? Regular forces can reduce losses if you tenderize the base first. If you can't handle that, just fly and be a target.
Can't debate luck.
We're being attacked. Enemy aircraft. Whole squadron. Ready the anti-air interceptors. Open fire. Affirmative. We'll do what we can.
Transport truck spotted. Not a threat, but feel free to take them out.
Leave them to me. Bullying the weak is a kind of specialty of mine.
You're hitting 3 locations. Some have air power, so their threat levels vary. Think of the best way to rob them of their ability to respond. Use those empty heads of yours. If you die too fast, you won't even be useful as targets. Any regular aircraft that join later needing any repairs or ammo will fly over the return line. However, you guys do not have that luxury.
So, what are we supposed to do? What are the odds of getting out alive?
That's for you to figure out, Spare 7.
Break! I'm out. Returning to resupply. How are we supposed to work without ammo? I'm heading back.
Nice try. This stuff isn't for you guys.
Let's be honest here. The regulars like us aren't allowed to resupply. But in your heart, you want us to smash that base. Am I off?
You're gonna wish this mission never ended.
Looks like Bandog's finally come around.
Breaking!
I'm spiked! Requesting assistance! Targets are hard to spot in this terrain. It's like playing whack-a-mole in the dark.
Missile.
This won't hurt long.
Spare 15, Fox 3. A bomber is taken off. That's for us. Take care of it. That bomber's getting away. Chase it down like you mean it, morons.
Enemy is locked on!
All enemy bombers destroyed. That should put a wrench in their plans.
Now we can sleep in for once. Finally have a read on the targets. They're in one hell of a place. I'll take it from here. After me!
Fox 3. Enemy has a lock on you. Flares and chaff fired. crashing. Worry about your sins.
Are you freelancing as a priest now, as well as a jailer? Trigger's taking out one of the AA guns.
Locked on bandit.
Missile, evading! Isn't dropping bombs on a passive enemy just an air raid?
Additional hostiles in the AO. APC down. Spare 15 launching missile.
I know the base commander makes a big deal whenever a new mission comes in, but it's just one after another, like that was the plan all along or something. Battle doctrines. Something happens, they tell you what to do next. Osea has one. Probably says where and when pawns like us will die. Do they already know the next strategy? Hold up. Let's make a bet. Whoever guesses the next strategy wins. You can get in on this too, Bandog.
Maybe you guys need to cool your heads off in solitary.
Let me look into this doctrine thing.
Man, you're delusional.
A bribe is all you need to look into a terminal. It's amazing how many people like their password on a node test. Gathering intel is all about getting access. This is Spare 11. Enemy base dead ahead. Damn it, we can't do this from the sky. We need ground troops.
Spare 11, just do your job.
Just give us a bomb big enough to blow the area.
Enemy has a lock. I'm on my target.
Trigger destroyed the enemy facility while everyone else was sleeping.
The murderer's done it again. Gonna have to rethink the odds.
Spare 15, SAM site down.
I didn't see you. You're on.
Take out anti-air weapons that get in the way. You've done a fair amount of work to their ground units, but I see some of you still have ammo. Continue with the attack. Keep yourself nice and exposed till I say otherwise.
The anti-air guns are hit hard. Our air defense capabilities are compromised. Just grab whatever you can and return to fire.
You really are good at murdering people, Trigger. See, these are some used to killing presidents. Ex-presidents. So, what's the difference? Whatever. Still got 3 sim lines.
Spare 15 locked.
Enemy missile cruising. Breaking.
Missile.
You're mine. Fox 2.
On your ass. You're low on special weaponry.
Warning, bandit.
Stall warning.
Bandit dash.
Special weaponry out. Chaff and flares at 0. Aircraft approaching at high speed, bearing 280. They're drones.
These must be the infamous drones.
They can dogfight without pilot?
Machines are not replacing humans.
Calm down. They're just obstacles in your way. Don't forget your original mission.
It's bad enough just dealing with the surface. Damn.
Bandit acquired. Locked on.
Did the
Did you ever know about the shitstorm he was sending us into? You're just pawns.
That lying son of a bitch. Don't pretend like you deserve any better. Continue with the operation. Don't expect this to be a straightforward air raid. Spare 15, missile away. UAV destroyed.
This is Spare 7. Shit! Someone get this enemy off my tail! I can't. I've got my hands full too.
High roller, missile, shake it off.
God damn it, I'm hit! I'm still at the table! High roller, missile, another one! I've got a bet on me getting out of this. Hey, someone's down. Who is it? It's High roller. He's been taken out.
Don't miss your pants over one aircraft being down.
I'm finally finding my clue. What happens to a bet when the banker's out? Another bet down. There's no point. Retreat.
Follow your orders. Continue the operation. Deserters will be punished.
I'm hit! My aircraft!
This isn't even a fight. You want to lose all your pilots?
Shut up.
Try to stop it. Nice job, Trigger. That's 5. I've shut down 6.
Bullshit. We're still on 2.
Hey, are you sure your radar's working right? I'm getting behind Trigger. Stick with the best if you want to survive. If anyone wants to die, let her. No decision on your part. I've still got top score. Count? Man, you're useless. Everyone knows you play your numbers. 7 down. That's more than an ace.
Bandits in the tunnel. They're taking off from inside. The tunnel? You gotta be kidding.
Too low and you'll get fired from the ground.
Engage or face punishment.
Keep yapping away, little guard dog. On your tail.
You'll pay for this.
Looks like we're the only ones having fun out here. Trigger, the one with the highest score wins. Let's settle who's best once and for all. Spare 15 is cleaning up. 10 drops down.
You're still at it.
3 minutes remaining.
Pursuing enemy.
Solar panels. We've got less than 3 days worth of energy stored.
15 missile away.
Missile tracking you. Break.
Hostile has a lock. Behind.
Bandit acquired. Initiating attack.
Missile inbound. Evade. On your 6.
Trigger, they have a lock on you.
Locked.
I've got one clinging to my ass. Enemy is locked on.
Missile incoming. Break.
2 minutes remaining.
Nothing but trouble this mission, I'm afraid.
Star warning. Star warning.
No missiles left.
Nickel. Nickel. Nickel.
Bandit in my sight. My God. Whatever. Those are the orders retreat.
Fox 2. Fox 2.
I'm hit.
The enemy's got a lock.
Ammunition 0.
Break. It's a launch. Break now.
1 minute remaining.
Nickel. Nickel.
Locked on target.
This is a whole new kind of war. You're practically
happens to us if a warp exchange succeeds?
Okay. You've hit the enemy base enough. Operation is complete. Head back. The bastards who flew off are going to wish they were never born. You guys get a pass.
Damn right. I wouldn't be surprised if we're thrown in solitary too.
Hey, who wants to bet who goes into solitary? That's what that gambling nutjob would say if he was still here.
Where's your sense of humor, guys? Your buddy's making a joke. Laugh already. Some welcome. All aircraft, spread out and attack.
We're clear to attack, right? I heard the regular forces were gonna clean things up. It's just like before. We blow the shit out of everything.
Sharp as attack, aren't you, Spare Aid? Regular forces can reduce losses if you tenderize the base first. If you can't handle that, just fly and be a target.
Keep your beat, lock!
We're being attacked. Enemy aircraft. The whole squadron. Ready the anti-air interceptors. Open fire. Affirmative. We'll do what we can.
Transport truck spotted.
You lost planes, but the mission succeeded. However, some of you crossed the return line for supplies and for repairs. This will result in solitary. Take them. You know, I've received a medal for my ingenuity in finding a use for you cons. But just remember, if you disobey orders, there's a special place in solitary confinement for you. Your so-called right to complain was forfeited the moment you chose to break the law. Okay then, go make yourselves useful. An Ocean Air Force squadron is currently entering Erusian territory for reconnaissance. Due to certain factors, their return route has been changed. The new return route will be through Yinshi Valley, a scenic and rocky karst area. The enemy's radar facilities and anti-aircraft weapons hidden on the mountainside pose a serious threat. Your mission is to destroy them and get our guys out in one piece, even if it puts your own lives in danger. And it is important to remember they will send up interceptors if you're detected. So you will need to choose something useful in a dogfight. The weather won't be on your side, but you're doing this whether you like it or not. Worry about the squadron's return route, not your own. Your mission is to get them back safely, which I think is the perfect punishment for your crimes.
Aircraft preparations complete. You're cleared to taxi. Spare Squadron, this mission needs to be quick. Target radar facilities and AA weaponry. They're set up on a rugged terrain, and there's a lot of cloud cover. You will be near thunderclouds. Man, you guys were born unlucky.
Wait, who's the dumbass who came up with this batshit plan?
Just obey orders.
Air Force Base 444 Squadron, this is Cyclops 1. The Cyclops and Strider squadrons currently contain 7 aircraft. Stand by. We'll be arriving shortly.
Understood.
Careful. Don't crash into the mountains.
And unless you have a death wish, watch your altitude.
Low on ammunition. It'll be hard to take on hostiles. We'll have to rely on you guys to make it home.
Cyclops 1, this is Bandog. We need the job done on time.
Bandog? Cool name. Nice working with you, Mr. Guard Dog.
The terrain makes the airstream bumpy. Don't damage those planes. Destruction of target facility is confirmed.
Fire! They have nowhere to run!
Missile launched. Spare 15 locked on.
The regular force's secret reconnaissance plane is deep inside Erusia? They're investigating the ruins. That's all I know. You sure found out quick. They got a secret weapon, maybe? There's only so much I can find out.
Enough talk. Destruction of target facility confirmed.
I've never flown this close to a mountain. All I can ever think about is looking good for the general staff office.
The mission doesn't require you to talk. Use your head as well as your hands.
Righto.
Radar facilities are silent, but those SAM sites are still a threat. Eliminate them.
I'd rather be back in my cell.
There's no way I'm going back to the brig. Don't get in my way.
They're flying between the columns.
Caution. Missile. Caution. Pull up.
In gun range.
Caution. Missile.
Visibility low.
Caution. Pull up. Caution.
Don't panic. They'll crash on their own.
All targets destroyed, no complaints here.
Caution. Bandits inbound. Here come the UAVs.
We might have crossed the line.
There they are.
Leave this one to our friends.
Wish we'd used that hole to get home, too.
Things don't always go perfectly.
The drones have jumped on the recon team. Our friends aren't equipped for air-to-air. They need our cover. All 444 aircraft, get them out of there. Not even one is to go down. Destroy the UAVs.
That's impossible. I'm not flying in there to help out some assholes I don't know shit about. That's my house. There's a thin line between bravery and stupidity.
UAV splashed.
Thanks. I owe you.
UAV's retreating. Let's go.
All right, good start. Now let's get the remaining 6 out of there.
Someone flew into the thunderclouds.
Spare 15 has broken through the thunderclouds. Nice work for a dumbass.
Cyclops 2, missile inbound.
Cyclops 3, missile in the air!
Strider 4, bandit on your
Shoot that
6.
enemy!
Help by getting in between them and the UAVs.
They don't even have time to check radar. They move pretty good for machines.
UAV down.
Bring it on.
swiftly. Watch your tails, guys.
Wiseman 444 Squadron support incoming. Sorry, but I'm using this chance to break off.
Yeah, look after the survivors.
Roger.
Nowhere to go. Enemy has a lock on me. Dodge that missile.
Lock broken by cloud cover.
Hostile behind me.
This is bad. We're fading fast.
Quit scratching your ass and approach the enemy.
Try and stop it.
We're on Cyclone something.
Quit whining and finish them off.
Enemy on our tail. Bandit has a lock on me. Missile inbound. Evasive maneuvers. Break. Cyclops 4. Missile.
If they are just decoys, there are too many.
UAV destroyed.
I owe you one.
Enemy has a lock on you.
Cyclops 4 has broken off. There you go. Things are looking up. Finally got some good guys in support.
Looks like there's one guy who's got everyone's backs.
Warning, missile! Missile in the air!
Cyclops 3, watch your tail. Cyclops 3, check your 6.
Trigger's holding up, but we got our hands full.
I'm not stupid enough to fly into a thundercloud. Cyclops 3. There's one aircraft nearby from the 444.
Our job is to watch the airspace. Yours is to get the hell out of there.
Got it.
Cyclops 3 has broken off. Bandog, it's just me and one more to go.
Spare 15. You're the only one earning any redemption today. Make sure the rest of them stay alive.
Let's go free after that.
You're in no position to call someone a devil count. Don't make me laugh.
Cyclops 2 has broken off. All my guys managed to escape. Got big gratitude for you.
Cyclops 1, check your 6. Cyclops 1, missile!
Cyclops 1 is breaking off. He could have broken off any time if he was by himself. Spare 15. All UAVs in the vicinity confirmed destroyed.
Nice teamwork. Thanks. Who is that? Tell him I'm grateful.
Copy that, Cyclops 1. Spare squadron. Mission is complete. Return to base. Wait a minute. Hold it.
Oh, give me a break. Do you have more chores for us?
Spare 8, champ. Bogey approaching fast from the rear. All available units support Spare 8.
I don't need any support. This is all mine. Damn it. He's glued to my tail. Still not firing. I ain't afraid of it. Spare 8, no dogfighting. Negative. I'm not letting this slide. Woohoo!
You could have done that sooner. I want to understand the enemy. Yeah, shot down Champ. He was toying with him.
Spare 10 lost. Another one. One recon aircraft lost. What's with this guy? That's an Su-30. All Spare Squadron aircraft provide support for Cyclops and Strider. Keep the Bandit off of them.
Negative. That's not possible.
Get in there with that monster, Spare 15. We're gonna lose more friendlies.
They told us their jobs are done. I'm going home.
Flash some of the 444's craft flying out of bounds.
Those damn cowards bailing on us?
I just sent back the damaged craft. We only need guys we can use. Spare 15, Spare 11, from an element to take up the rear.
Forget it.
Trigger's taking the beast head on. You two deal with support.
So this is where tabloid bows out. Shit. Roger that. Will do.
Soul 2, Soul 3. They've got 2 rear guard. The balance mine.
Copy that, King.
Don't call me that.
Soul 1, please respond. What's your status?
My status? Well, I'm feeling a little excited.
Go get him.
Soul 2, this is Soul 1.
Soul 2 here. What's up?
Target is to
Also did not connect. That was our plan.
Chase him down. You've got this.
Wiseman, you see that color? He's flying?
It's Mr. X for sure.
The pilot of the experimental squadron's X-plane.
Wiseman, we don't want to mess with this guy. It's clear by the way he flies. Way out of my league.
Exactly the man you didn't want to run into. Jaeger, if it comes down to it, we'll act as a shield. Just get my guys out of here.
Understood.
You telling me there's only 2 craft taking out the orange guy?
No. Just one's taking them on.
No way. I wouldn't last a minute.
Lucian, do not engage. If he gets close, just run.
Copy that. Was gonna do that anyway.
Spare 15 locked. The enemy's in the clouds. Follow them, Spare 15. Do something or the entire recon squadron could go down.
Su-1, this is Su-2. My status is fine. Do not interfere. Su-1, the clouds are moving in. Let's return to base. Affirmative.
Bandit is retreating. He managed to survive somehow.
Trigger, kindness gets you killed.
Hey, guard dog. Who's the guy who worked his ass off at the rear?
The biggest dumbass in the unit.
Makes sense. Only an idiot would be brave enough to pull off those moves.
I'll guide you back to Air Force Base 444, though I doubt you have enough gas to make it.
Appreciate the help. Will it be at the base?
I wouldn't get involved if I were you.
Runway is clear. You have permission to land. You made it this far, don't screw up now. 3,000 meters. Too fast. Lower your airspeed. You're past the guidance limit. Make a visual landing. Great work. Nice job in not ruining a good plane. Your work's still far from done. Stand by for further orders.
The crew said the enemy had one mean son of a bitch flying for him. Our team had a few Air Force hot dogs, real experienced pilots. But this guy swooped in like a hawk, locked on, and took them all out in the blink of an eye. Reminds me of a story Gramps told me once. He said a little while before he retired from active duty, he saw an enemy fighter wipe out an entire formation right in front of him. It was like seeing how a shark works when it's going after its dinner. This enemy pilot stalked Gramps' pals from below, just like how a shark would. Then one by one, he put the bite on them. Sounds like what happened to our guys today. Kinda surprised so many made it back alive. I bet when they saw what was going on, they broke formation and left their buddies to the shark. Hang on. There's 3 extra planes here. They're foreigners too.
Spare Squadron, this mission needs to be quick. Target.
You returned without permission and failed as escorts. So how about you rethink your value while in solitary? Take them away. Well, well, what do you know? Pilots made it back to base alive. Treat them well and feed them plenty. After all, we have to get a favorable report out of them. I've spent enough of my time being the commander of some worthless penal unit.
chance to talk to one of the pilots that escaped back here, so I took it. Apparently, 2 of our planes took the enemy on alone. They covered the Allies so they could retreat. The hell kind of idiot does a thing like that? The last pilot to land back at the base was that scrawny anarchist dude. He always had this dumb grin on his face, like he didn't give a damn about whatever he did to get thrown in here with the rest of us. Was he the one who went gung-ho? I bought him a drink later. After the usual small talk, I turned the topic around to the mission. For an anarchist, he struck me as a bit weird. Nothing like what I expected. He talked a mile a minute and kept going on and on about library books. Not encyclopedias, those cheesy adventure novels you read in high school. Nothing against those. I like a good story myself once in a while. But I wasn't here to talk books.
I remember that day well. Amidst the swirling clouds, the fighter squadron was trying to help its allies reach safety.
He's pretty foolish, isn't he?
I thought so too. Suddenly, a highly skilled enemy fighter squadron appeared and began picking them off at the edges. One by one, they fell right out of the sky.
Although, I guess there was nobody around that was even more foolish to go to their aid then. So you simply watch things unfold from a distance.
Yeah. I mean, who would have ever thought that I'd just go and follow him straight into the enemy squadron like that?
After what felt like decades, I finally got to the info I was looking for. He wasn't the guy. He said he was just following his wingman's lead and managed not to die somehow. The hero on this mission was the new guy. The one that killed Harling. How did you feel?
I'm still kind of shaken up, actually. But you know, I do feel a certain sense of pride, too.
He really is foolish, isn't he?
Yep, he sure is.
I went to the hangar to have myself a closer look at Trigger's plane. I knew that burnt smell. That's what happens when an engine's been driven to its limit. This pilot was a hot dog. From now on, I was gonna keep my eye on this idiot. From a distance, though. I didn't want to get too tight with someone who was a better pilot than my dad. Even so, I decided to give this guy's plane a little bit of the old Avril magic touch. He needed all the help he could get.
Attention! If you disobeyed orders in the previous mission, line up over there. You won't disobey a second time. Do not test my patience. The biggest threat to our forces is the enemy's enormous swarm of drones. In order for our forces to penetrate deep into Erusian territory, we'll need to clear a path. You will destroy the enemy's fuel plant. HQ has found evidence that fuel is being moved intermittently inland from a refinery at the harbor in Artiglio. It's likely they're supplying fuel for the various drone bases. Those of you whose food privileges were taken away already know how this goes. We silence the drones by taking their fuel. Enter via the estuary, take out their AA, destroy the fuel points on both sides of the river and their oil tankers. Remember, you're not bona fide military. You're expendable.
I had a chance to talk to one of the pilots that escaped back here, so I took it.
Convicts, stand by at the front.
Champ went down crying like a baby. I knew he was all bark and no bite. A coward. You're one to talk, running off with your tail between your legs. I wasn't running away, I was retreating. Well, I can't say I blame you. It was hell out there. Man, I'm not in the mood for this shit today. I'm gonna blow stuff up to let off steam. Target in sight. I see a lot of oil tanks. Boats, more warships. There's plenty of buildings, too.
Destroy everything in sight.
I appreciate the simplicity of the operation, but they don't look like military.
You think you look anything like military?
I don't know what they were keeping in there, but it's all ashes now.
Jackpot, the tanker's full of oil. Get the ships out of here before they're blown up. Mark 2, Benny. Fuel's well and truly started.
Damn, that's what I call fireworks.
Yeah!
I've got more bad news. The megastorm in Nessie 2 that formed a few days ago is approaching our AO.
No time to smell the roses, then. A fighter pilot needs to fight. Missions like this are too easy.
Look at that oil, just burn up the sea. Bandit acquired.
entering AO in 3 minutes.
Shit, we're out of time.
Has this guy taken easy on me? Enemy sighted.
Fox 2, Fox 2.
Break! I'm taking damage, but I'm good to go.
On my target.
Another one spotted. Take this.
Burn, bitches.
Are you guys all set? I thought at least one of you was dead. This beats being stuck at the penal base. Quietly plugging away. Think you're the only sane one here?
Bandog was right. We're no proper military. Enough with the holier-than-thou act, tabloid. I belong in the penal unit. Trigger, you belong here even more than I do. It's all about where you're from. It's like watching a fireworks display.
Burn, baby, burn. Yeah, that's the stuff, Trigger. Go ape on us. Suck on this. Bandit in my sight.
Target down. Enemy has a lock on you.
I'm on my target. There aren't enough interceptors.
Enemy in gun range. Locked on target. Dust cloud is entering the area of operations. Finish your work if you want to stay out of solitary. 1 minute remaining. Tank eliminated. Spare 15 launching missile.
Kill on target confirmed.
Start destroying the facilities around the harbor one by one. Destroy the targets. You're being slow. 30 seconds remaining.
Hey, Trigger. Why do you think this stupid war keeps dragging on? It's all because countries exist. Shouting that and throwing a rock got me in here.
Well, you have free meals and a warm bed. You should thank our good citizens. Looking good.
I'll take jobs like this any day.
Megastorm Inessa 2 is about to arrive.
Right. Bring out the trucks. Make sure their routes are split. Take every drop of fuel you can carry.
It looks like some oil tankers loaded with oil got away. HQ saw them on satellite. Burn down everything that turns up.
Why are they popping on and off of radar?
Sand clouds. Sand breaks up here and there. That's when radar picks them up. If you detect something, strike fast.
Staring at my radar and trolling? This is not my style.
Even in sand, you can lock on if you get close enough.
Are you sure you can trust that intel?
Easy for you to say.
Tanker truck destroyed. Make sure you wipe them all out.
Take that.
Eyes like a jackal, Trigger. You guys do whatever you want. I'm going off by myself. Okay, if you think that's for the best.
Spare 15 launching missile.
Radar, I can't see a thing.
Quit blubbering. Talk to me when you find a target.
Got one on radar. Moving. They pave desert highways nicely, you know? People drive fast to avoid bandits in the desert.
Spare 2, count. Where the hell do you think you're going? You're approaching Erusian territory. Return.
Just following orders to find tankers. So how about you go chew on a bone?
Vehicle down. The rising smoke marks their graves.
Nice sentiment, Bandog.
Used out of special weaponry.
They don't run out of gas, right?
They've got trailers full of fuel.
Trucks don't run on jet fuel. I heard diesel engines can.
Quit yapping and hunt down your targets.
The truck just vanished into the dust.
Chase it down, dimwit. Locked on target. Spare squadron, a new enemy is approaching. Bearing 350 from the reference point.
They're coming from the north. Did they pick up Count's aircraft? Wait a sec, don't go blaming me.
They appear to be Erusian drones.
More UAVs? Why are they always after us?
The mission stays the same. Destroy the tankers.
There's no way we can chase the damn tankers now. They're coming.
You're out of your goddamn mind.
A cat doesn't have enough lives to carry out your orders.
Do your duty and take out the tankers.
I ain't losing to no drone.
Special weaponry out. In gun range. Missile incoming!
Column of smoke. Who did that? It was Trigger.
Trigger, I like your style.
On your ears.
We can't attack the surface when our lives are on the line.
Have you forgotten what happens to deserters? I'll send you out to dig up landmine with your bare hands.
I'm sticking around. You know why that political offender jackass is still alive, don't you?
Trigger?
Our chance of losing was a
Tanker confirmed eliminated.
You can't run from us.
Keep going. Burn it all.
Damn it, I've got one on my back.
Flux 2. Spare 15, stay within the operation area.
What was that explosion?
Target down. You can't stick around forever. Find those targets.
I'm sticking with you.
In gun range.
Nice kill, Trigger.
Don't forget, you're trying to take down the tankers.
Target detected on radar.
Target confirmed near full band. Dig around.
Weapon system's acting up. I can't fight like this. I'm gonna break off. There he goes, running away. And he's who drew the drones here. Say what you want. Have fun with your new friends. Allied aircraft down by a UAV.
Pipe down and keep your mind on the mission, full band.
We gotta get those UAVs.
Mission's become way too dangerous. Damn Cal for dragging us into this shit.
Shut the hell up. This has nothing to do with me.
You guys are celebrating, but I don't hear anyone saying all targets have been taken down.
Looking on H115.
Spare 15.
Trigger trash the target.
5 minutes remaining.
Trigger again.
Locked on target.
It's really burning. That was some primo jet fuel.
No, jet fuel doesn't ignite that easily. That was standard gasoline.
How about taking targets down instead of flapping your gums? Spare 15, target destroyed.
One more truck down. Drop them all.
The tankers are getting farther away. UAV down. Was that Trigger?
All right, you might just get out of this alive.
Don't tell me you're taking out drones for your squadron now, are you? They're not your friends. They're convicts just like you. Just worry about saving your own skin. You listening, Trigger? Target the tankers. The other idiots have their hands full with the drones.
Play along, Trigger.
Got a target on radar. Trigger, it's near your position. Fox 2. Target is down. Well done.
Uncovered another one.
That's a lot of fuel up in smoke. But there could be more hiding somewhere.
They shot it. What is this bullshit?
last one. All aircraft, return to base. Burning up all those tankers will starve their drones for a while.
I'm still alive.
Stick with Trigger and you'll make it. Worked like a charm.
If you think that's all you need to survive, you might as well get your last rites now.
Exactly, that was all dumb luck. Wait, you were in earshot, Count?
Must have been straining to hear from high altitude.
Seems you've learned nothing in the sky, Count.
Well, yeah, it's not like there's anything I can learn from Trigger. Champ went down.
The mission was a success. There's nothing else I need to say. Dismissed. So it looks like we're getting attention from above. If any credit is due, it should come to me. Prisoners deserve nothing. It seems headquarters is starting to view some of you in the penal unit as a valid military force. Or at least that's what the rumors are saying. But that's bullshit. The only reason you're here is to atone for your crimes by carrying out missions.
Well, you sit on your ass and get medals.
You, solitary, now. Okay, on to the briefing. In this mission, you're going into Erusian territory. We know the Erusian Forces communications facility to the north in the Waiapolo Mountains is linked to the swarm of drones. Your mission is critical. You will destroy the facility and then weaken those drones. As it's important, the enemy won't go down without a fight. The area is watched over by spy satellites. If discovered, expect AA missiles. Unless you have a death wish, you must use the clouds for cover around the sides and base of the mountains. Use the clouds to hide from their satellites, and you just might have a chance to shake off their missiles. If you do find a missile on your tail, head to the clouds and pray. Let the missile kill you or crash into the rocks. That much freedom I will give.